Hi everyone! So in my last animal figurine tutorial, I got a lot of requests for a cow, so I finally came up with the design, and I think this is a really cute design. This is one of my favorite designs out of all of the ones in my kind of series, and this one is probably harder than all of my other ones just because this little part right here was kind of hard to do with the, like, is this a snout? Like a snout hanging over the body. So I think this is a really cute design. I use the Rainbow Loom Web Store's limited edition. Wait, it's not limited edition. Rainbow Loom Web Store's skin tone bands for this light pink color. However, I have made it with the regular pink bands, which it still looks just as cute, so you are able to use this too as if you would like, or if you don't have these bands. So anyways, leave a comment for me down below if you have any other ideas on what animals I should make, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you are excited to make this design. And so now anyways, let's get on with the tutorial. So today you will need any type of loom, your hook, and rubber band colors in white, black, and 2 shades of pink. You can also substitute a second shade of pink for white or black instead. However, it does look best with 2 shades of pink. You will need approximately 50 white, 16 black, 21 of the one shade of pink, and then 2 of the other shade of pink. The 2 bands here are going to be for the nostril colors, however you can use white or black instead. And if you don't have this light pink color, then you can use the dark pink and substitute the dark pink with white. The light pink bands are from the Rainbow Loom Mixed Skin Tones package, which I have in this container here. Basically it comes with a bunch of skin tones, and I'm just using the pink in here. So, all my supplies here are from the Rainbow Loom Web Store. The hook is also from there as well. And so now, without further ado, let's get started. So this design is one of the more difficult patterns in my kind of animal series. And so if you are up for a challenge, this is a more challenging design. So anyways, for this whole design we will be using double bands unless I state otherwise. So first we're going to start out with white, and we're going to make the face first. So we're going to go double bands going vertically, and now we're going to create the top of the head. Just use double bands. So now we have this sort of triangle, or not triangle, like inverted triangle almost. And now we're going to create 3 bands that go vertically off of each of the 3 pins. Still using double bands, by the way. Like that. You should now have something like this. And we're now going to do the same thing on the next 3. So just do 3 more vertical sets of bands. And vertically here. Like that. So now we're going to use our light pink bands. So I'm going to use double bands for this whole thing again. And you're going to go vertically. Vertically again. And we're going to go vertically again on the right side. Using double bands still. So you should now have something like this. And now we're going to add 1 more set of double bands in the middle, like that, and then we're going to close it off here. Trying to get this one band. Okay. I'm sorry, that's my elbow rubbing against the table. So now you should have something like this. I'm going to go ahead and get this band out of my loom. It's like stuck on the inside. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and we're going to add on the little like puffy outside for the face. So this part you're going to use your lighter pink bands for this. You're going to wrap it around your hook 4 times. So this is a single pink band. So you should have 4 loops on your hook here, like that. Now you're going to take double of your light pink bands, slide this on, and then pull these 4 loops onto the double bands here. So when you're finished, you should have something like this. When you finish that, you're going to put it onto these bottom 2 pins here, the bottom 2 vertical pins that are on the left side of the face. Like that. So you should have something like that now. And we are now going to do the same thing to the right side. So again, with your light pink bands, wrap that around 4 times. So I've got 4 loops there. Now taking double of my pink bands and hooking that and sliding these 4 loops onto the double bands. Sorry, I keep going off camera. So you should have something like this now. And slide those onto these next 2 pins over here. So you should now have something like this. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add on the little nostril pieces and the eyes. So I'm going to take a single pink band, this is my darker pink, and I'm going to wrap it around this bottom right pin 4 times. 3 and 4. So you should get something like that. You're going to do the same thing to the bottom left pin, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should now get something like that. Now we're going to go up here and we're going to add on some eyes. So you're going to need 2 black bands for this. Take one of them first and you're going to wrap it around this pin here 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like that. And do the same thing onto the left side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should have something like that now. We're now going to add on bands for the ears. So for this we're going to use a single white band here, just one. And you're going to double loop it across these top 2 pins on the right side. So you should have, oh, there's my hook on the side. You should have a double looped band here, or a cap band, whatever you'd like to call it. And now we're going to do the same thing onto the left side. So double loop a single white band. Like that. We're now going to add on cap bands onto these top 2 pins here. So now you're going to take a single black band and wrap it around this top right pin 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now do the same thing to this left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a minute so you can catch up in case I've gone too fast for you at that time. So basically you should have something like this. Now we're going to add a cap band onto the bottom pin here. Yes, we do have to add on the body, but that's going to come a little bit later since this design is a little bit more difficult. It has a little bit more of a different technique to it. So you're going to take a single light pink band and wrap around this bottom pin 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Like that. So you should now have something like this. We're now going to add on some horizontal bands. So we're going to start at the top of our loom, and first you're going to take a white band, single white band here, and you're going to double loop it across these 3 pins. So you've got this triangle here, but yet you're going to stretch out this band, twist it, and fold it back onto itself. So you've got a double looped band there, like that. Now we're going to do the same thing onto these 3 pins below, except you're going to use a light pink band. So you're going to wrap these around the next 3 and twist it and fold it back over onto itself. So you've got another double looped band, like that. Now for the next 3, we're going to take another light pink band. However, this time you are not going to double loop it. You're simply just going to stretch it across the 3 pins and leave it like that. So you should now have something like this on your loom. And now we're going to do some simple hooking processes. So basically we're just going to hook over some of the cat bands that we did and put them on our horizontal band. So first we're going to start at the bottom of our loom and use our hook to hook the pink nostrils. So basically you're going to hook this cat band over, and the purpose of this is to cinch this horizontal band here in the middle. So you want to grab the cat band. You can grab all the loops at once, or you can grab them one at a time. It really does not matter. So I'll grab one first, and you want to hook that over the pin and release. Grab it, hook it over the pin, and release. It does not matter how many you pull at a time, as long as they all end up on this horizontal band when you are finished. Like that. Do the same thing to the left side. Grab those bands, hook over. Do the same again, like that. So you should now have those cat bands there, cinching this middle horizontal band. We're now going to scoot our loom up and do the same exact thing to the eyes. So just grab the cat band here. Make sure you're grabbing from the outside, don't go inside this horizontal band. And hook over, like that. Like that. You're going to do the same thing to the left side, like so. And now we're going to go ahead and hook the ears. So for the ears, we're actually going to do an actual hooking thing. So you're going to go inside this cat band, circle around with your hook, and grab the double loop bands. Now you're going to hook that over the pin and hook downwards. Be a little bit careful because hooking downwards is quite tricky. So we're now going to do the same thing to the right side. Go inside cat bands, circle around, and grab the double loop bands here. Carefully pull it off of the pin and hook downwards. Like that. So now your loom should look like this. And you should have hooked over these two, and hooked those two there. So now we are going to go ahead and we're going to create the body. So the body is going to be made completely by itself, and then we're going to take the loose ends and attach it up in the middle of the face kind of. So that way you get the kind of like hanging over effect here. So that way you can see they're kind of overlapping here. So I think this makes a really cute look to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with white bands. So now we're going to use double bands the whole time again. And I'll zoom in a little bit. And so now you're going to use double white bands and go vertically. You're going to skip this pin here, so these should not be attached at all. Now you're going to take double white bands and you're going to go to the left. Now taking black, like that. Taking black again in the middle. We're going to do double white on the two outside pins here. Like that. So you should now have something like this on your loom, and we're going to go ahead and continue. So if you did want more spots than you saw in the finished product at the beginning of the video, go ahead and add more black on. If you wanted less spots, use less black. However, if you want to do the same exact thing, just follow my steps. So taking double black, going on the left, and now we're going to use white for the next two sets of pins. Like that. Now we're going to use white for the first two sets of pins here, still using double bands. So you should have something like that now. Now we're going to use double black bands and go vertically on the next set of pins, like that. Now we are finished with the body, and we're just going to add on the little legs. So you're going to use double white bands and go vertically on the bottom two pins here. And I do have a wall back here, by the way, so I can't push my loom back any farther. And put double bands there. So you should now have something like that on the bottom of your loom. So all in all, for the body, you should have something like this. And now we're going to go to the top of our loom and create the arms. So for this, you're going to use double white bands, double white going vertically, and double white again going vertically on the right side. So you should have something like this now. We're now going to add on 4 black cap bands to the top of the arms and the bottom of the feet. So for this, we're going to use a single black band each and wrap it around each of these pins 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3, like that. Sorry if you heard a little bit of talking in the background. My family always seems to know how to talk really loudly at the wrong time. Okay, so we're going to take another single black band and wrap it around this top pin 3 times again, like that. So once you finish those 2, we're going to go down to the bottom of our loom and we're going to add on 2 black cap bands to these bottom 2. So you're going to do the same thing and wrap a single black band around each of these pins 3 times each. So I got that one. One, 2, and 3. Okay, so if you're not finished yet, go ahead and pause the video here. If not, you should have added on 2 black cap bands here and 2 black cap bands here. Now we're going to go ahead and add on horizontal bands. For this, we're going to be using all white bands, and you're going to use 1 band at a time. Start at the top of the body here, and you're going to make a triangle, just like that. Nice and simple. Do the same thing for the next 3 pins there. Now for this bottom 3 set of pins, we're going to do something a little bit different. You're going to take a single white band, start on the bottom left, but instead of making kind of a triangle, you're going to use both sides of the rubber band and go around this top pin, and then reattach the bottom end onto that pin. So you should get something like that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start a small hooking process, which is for the arms. So first you're just going to do the same thing that we did to hook the ears of the cow's head. So you're going to go inside the cap bands, circle around, grab the white bands, pull those over the pin, and hook downwards. Like that. Do the same thing to the right side. Circle around, grab those bands, and hook downwards. Now we can go ahead and start the whole entire hooking process for the body. Okay, so my heater just turned on, so if you hear that in the background, it's my heater. So now we're going to start the hooking process. So you're going to start at the bottom left corner and hook the white bands upwards. Do the same thing to the right side. Like that. Now we're going to hook these next 3. I'm going to start on the left, hook those upwards, that, and now the right. Okay, so now for this middle pin, we are not going to have to go inside of any bands, so just grab all the bands you see here at the slit of the pin and hook those upwards. Now you're just going to hook the rest of it like a normal triple single bracelet. So just hook that one inwards. Forgot to talk on that part. And now on the right side, you're going to grab those black bands and hook them inwards. So everything gets hooked inwards. And now you're going to hook this last vertical band here. Make sure to go inside all of the bands, except for the bottom 2, and hook upwards. So now your loom should look like this. And so now we're going to go ahead and remove everything of the body off of the loom except for the bands on this pin. So just remove everything. So this is what I have on my loom, and it's just dangling from this pin here, so don't mess with it, just leave it there. And now we are going to go ahead and start the hooking process on the face. However, this is very important that you do not speed ahead during this part because we are going to stop in the middle so that way we can attach the body. So first you're going to go inside the cap band, hook the first 2 bands. Should be going to the right. Now the next one should be going to the left. Like that. And lastly, hook the bands that are going vertically here. So now's the time when we are going to add on the body. So you're going to go down and you're going to stick your hook into this pin and grab the bands here that are for the body. So it should be like this. Now you're going to go ahead and we are going to transfer these to this pin right here. So it should be the pin above where your cap band was here. Right here. And you're going to transfer these onto that pin. So just be very careful. Like that. You might want to use one of your fingers to hold it down just to make sure it doesn't pop off. But now you're just going to hook this band vertically. So just go inside of the pin, grab the bottom double bands at the bottom here. Very carefully. Like that. And now you can release this because it's hooked on to this band here. So you should have something like that. Now we're going to hook these 2 bands on the left and right. So just go inside, hook those bands. Now, just a note, we are not going to be hooking this band here with the little cap loop on it here. You're not going to hook this, so you're only going to hook this bottom band here. So I'll show you a side view. It's going down and hooking this upwards, like that. So just like that, do the same thing to the right side, again not hooking this band here. Oh, grab too many bands on that one. Hook those vertically. From here on out is just a regular triple single still, so just continue hooking, and if you are a speedy hooker, then you can go ahead and speed ahead. Okay, so now we are going to hook these 2 remaining bands inwards. Make sure to go inside of the bands for the ears. Like that. And lastly, we're going to hook these bands that go vertically. So I've got one and now the other. Okay. So at this point, if you would like, you can add a C-clip to these top 2 bands here if you want to secure it that way. However, I will be showing you how to secure it without a C-clip. So basically, we're just going to do a little slip knot. So you're just going to grab the bottom set of bands. Like I always say in all of my tutorials, don't go inside of the pin, stay on the outside. Grab the bottom 2 and hook over the pin, like that. You're now going to grab the remaining bands on the pin and give those a little tug to tighten. And we have now finished this cool cow. So first, just make sure that your loom looks like this. Should have said this earlier before we tied the knot, but well. And if so, we're going to go ahead and take this off of our loom. Okay, so the side that you pull right off of the loom should look like this, but obviously this is not what a cow's face looks like, so you're going to flip it over, and this is the right side. So basically I'm just going to stretch everything out so that way I can even everything out. So make the eyes more bold as well as the nostrils, and grab the little arms and turn those sideways so they can be seen a little bit better. Like that. Oh, little band got in here. So you should now have something like this, and we are now done with this really cute little cow mini figurine. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Once again, this is kind of part of my little animal series that I'm kind of starting. This design as a base has just been very versatile, and I've been able to create a lot of animals with this design. So please leave a comment for me down below if you have any other ideas on what other animals I should make. I am already coming up with a cat design, which hopefully will be up very soon. And yeah, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like this design, and also hit the subscribe button on your way out. Follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and Facebook. My links are all in the description box below, and I will see you guys later. Bye!